Hi there, it's Glen. This is Saturday, September 3rd. It's hard to believe it's September already. Happy long weekend. This morning I am at Alexander Grove Park. Just beside me is the baseball field. This is one of my favorite spots in Stittsville. And sadly, during that storm back in May, a number of the big old trees were damaged and had to be taken down, but still a lot of beautiful old trees here, a really nice setting. If you're looking for someplace to come explore this weekend, maybe ride your bike through here. There's a children's playground, there's tennis courts, there's some walking paths over by Pool Creek on the other side of the Johnny LaRue Arena. Johnny LaRue Arena is just over there. Saw the ice is going in there, so another sign that fall might be here with the ice going back in at Johnny LaRue. Anyhow, I want to give you a bunch of updates. I'm going to talk a little bit about lawn signs at the end of this video, but I want to go through some community updates for you first, as I do every Saturday morning. First of all, let's go back a week to Saturday, and I just want to say a big thank you to the organizers of two really great events in Stittsville. One, a thank you to Joseph Carbonetto and all of his volunteers with the Knights of Columbus for the Corn Festival, the Sweet Corn Festival at the weekly market on Shea Road there at Holy Spirit Parish. Great turnout for that, and lots of fun activities. A great day for the vendors as well. Now I think I saw there's no Saturday market this weekend because of the long weekend, but anyhow, thank you Joseph for organizing that last week. The other thing last week was Saturday night. Jamil Lalji from Jamil Insurance and his volunteers, including Anjali Patel, who had a dance performance, organized a Bollywood movie night. Just an incredible event. There were dozens of families out, and a really special night, and a great idea, a great turnout. So thanks to everybody who participated in that. I gotta watch myself here. There's some squirrels, and they're dropping nuts and so on here. So I hope I don't get hit. Anyways. Two great events last weekend. It's great to see more people out and about in the community and more of these events happening. Some community updates, things that have happened in the last week. First of all, I hope you saw this on the Ottawa Police Twitter or Facebook, but they made an arrest in a car theft in Stittsville overnight. It was an alert resident who noticed his car was gone from his driveway. He contacted police, and police were able to respond. The suspect left the vehicle, abandoned the vehicle, and left on foot, and police were able to apprehend the suspect and arrest the person. And well, as of a couple days ago, charges were pending. But good news around the car theft arrests in our community. If you have questions about the car thefts that are happening, we did a great video with Ottawa Police back in, I'm going to say June, a community information session with Sergeant Jeff Kostuch, and he had some great advice about why these thefts are happening, how they're doing it, and what you can do to prevent from having your vehicle stolen. So if you go to YouTube and search for Stittsville Car Theft Information Session, you should come up with that video, and if you have any trouble finding it, send me a message. Some more local updates. You might have seen a little bit of work starting on Stittsville Main Street. They're going to be replacing the old streetlights in the coming weeks. These are in awful shape. They were installed in the 90s, and the manufacturer no longer makes the parts or pieces for them, and so anytime there's damage to them, they just basically take them out. So finally we are getting these streetlights repaired, and it's the first of a number of waves of beautification and improvement projects on Stittsville Main Street that we've been working on. So watch for that coming soon. And by the way, those streetlights, we had feedback from our Stittsville Main Street steering committee on the design of those lights. So we had some public feedback, a great collaborative process working together to come up with that design. You may have noticed the work continues on Abbott Street this week, the paving work on Abbott Street this week. The work is almost done. They're putting on the top coat of asphalt. They're trying to get as much of that work done before school starts with Sacred Heart, obviously. Hey, good morning, Doug. How are you?
Oh, good.
That's Doug, familiar sight here in Stittsville on his bike there. What was I talking about? Abbott Street. Yes, they're almost done the work on Abbott Street. They're not going to be working during the school drop-off and pickup hours in order to keep things moving along the street. And they've also got extra staff on hand for safety with school kids. French schools went back last week. English schools go back this week. But if you can, until that work is done, avoid Abbott Street, especially during the school drop-off and pick-up hours. Just find another route, or leave a little bit earlier, or leave a little bit later. It can really help with traffic flow and safety in that area. And of course, it is back to school. So on Tuesday, like I said, we already had French students going back last Tuesday. This Tuesday, the English school boards go back. So please be extra careful out there if you're driving a vehicle. There will be more kids biking and walking to school. There will be more school buses. You know, and overall, stay clear from the school zones if you don't need to be there. If you can find a way to drive an alternate route, or leave a little bit earlier, leave a little bit later, let's keep the school zones specifically to people who absolutely have to be there to access the school. OSTA, the Ottawa Student Transportation Authority, has a really good resource on their website called Walk a Block, and they've got maps of each school and suggested places where, if you're a parent who drives your kid to school, you can park nearby and then walk the last few hundred meters. And again, it's a great way to keep traffic away from the school and not exacerbate the safety or parking issues that we're seeing there. So check that out, Walk a Block on the OSTA website. A few updates from City Hall. We had a City Council meeting on Wednesday. We passed a couple resolutions against the Premier's Strong Mayor proposal to give mayors of Toronto and Ottawa more powers. So our council voted unanimously against that. We passed a new bylaw around parkland dedication. So this is when new developments happen, homes or condos or apartments. There's a certain amount of park that they have to dedicate to the city or provide a cash payment in lieu of a park. So I was happy to support that so that we can actually catch up and be able to continue to have good park spaces in the city of Ottawa. And I voted against a demolition of a 6-unit apartment building on Nepean Street downtown that the owner wants to turn into a parking lot. In the end, I was not convinced that the owner had done enough to find alternate parking spaces downtown. In the end, they needed maybe 10, maybe 15 parking spaces, and I didn't think that was a good enough justification to remove a 6-unit apartment with some very affordable rental units in there. I was on the losing side of that vote, but I still think it was an important discussion that we had, and was able to work and actually push for a better compensation package for the people who may be displaced. So there was a little bit of good coming out of that. Speaking of affordable housing, I should have mentioned this earlier. We had a great meeting this week. We've put together a group of people who have an interest in affordable housing in our Stittsville community. We had a great meeting out back at Equator, about 6 or 7 people, and we're basically, we want to start an affordable housing project, or several, here in Stittsville. There are 10,000 people on a waiting list for affordable housing in Ottawa, and so trying to bring some different stakeholders and community leaders together to look at how we can get that started right here in our Stittsville community. So stay tuned for more on that. It is Labor Day and a holiday Monday, and so that means there's a delay to city services or closure of some city services on Monday. The biggest impact across our community will be that waste pickup, so garbage, recycling bins, compost. That'll be delayed by a day each day this week due to holiday Monday. And I mentioned I was going to talk about signs. So on the election front, our big focus this week will be on signs. Friday is the first day that signs can go out in the election period. So we have our signs all ready to go. I know that's reversed on the screen, but if you would like a sign, head over to my website, voteglen.ca, and you can click on request a sign and put in your request, or just send me a message with your name, your address, and your email or phone number, and we'll be happy to drop one off at the end of the week. Thanks a lot for watching. If you notice, I'm doing this on my election campaign channel. Good morning. How are you guys? Hi, Holly.
Sorry to interrupt.
Not at all. Not at all. It's good to see folks this morning. Have a good walk.
You too.
I'm doing this on my election campaign channel because during the election period I can't use my counselor communications channels like social media. So I'm doing it here on my election campaign channel. So please share this if you can. It's got a smaller audience than normal, but hope the people find this information useful. Share this with if you can with a friend or neighbor in your local community group. My office remains open though. My team is helping out residents every day, so you can contact my office if there's anything we can help with. After hours and on weekends and long weekends, if you've got an urgent issue, maybe you see, I don't know, an overflowing garbage or graffiti in the park or something like that, call 311 and they can dispatch city staff who are on call throughout the long weekend. So 311 is always a good place to start. I hope you have a great long weekend. I'm going to go find my Globe and Mail newspaper. That's kind of my Saturday ritual, so I'll find the newspaper and start working on the crossword this weekend. I hope you have a relaxing weekend. Hope the weather is nice. I think it's going to be a hot day today, a rainy day tomorrow, and a decent day on Monday. So I hope you enjoy your long weekend with your friends and family, and I'll see you soon at the door, and I'll talk to you again in this space next Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.